How are we doing, Melissa? Hope you are good. Right, let's churn through some of this footage. Good. Yep, double chin, neck down flat. Really stressing through. Good. Pulling the bar out rather than completely unhinging the shoulders. Awesome. Good. When you pull the shoulders back, you gain quite a good bit of range through here. Yeah, if you can keep that, you gain a lot of range. Okay, difference between here and push up there. That's the point of the arch. I think a lot of people do it just, you know, because they think it looks cool or whatever, whereas you're actually getting a mechanical benefit out of it. Right, let's see if we can keep it the same set on set. Good. Now from there, Melissa, that's kind of all it needs to be. Like you look pretty settled in that position there. Yeah, heels are still down. Yeah, that was a much better setup. Much better. You got yourself into the right position early and got on with the movement. Yep, feet are staying good. Chest up, right up. Yep, control. Drive away. Awesome. Good. Good. I think we'll start putting those 8 singles back in there soon for you. Keep the volume up as high as possible. Let's start introducing some more of those. All right, let's see if we've got anything from this, from your right hand side. Yep, feet are good. Yep, you're rearranging them so the heel's down. Nice. Good, got to keep that leg drive going backwards. Really got to push the toes to the end of the shoes, flex the quads. Remember, you're on that leg extension machine. You drive back, full body, like you're going to do a push press. But it's looking pretty solid, like rep on rep. It's looking quite clean. Yeah, so we'll start introducing those RPE8 singles back in now for the bench. Just reduce the volume a tiny bit, because I want to keep you on it as high a volume as possible, really, until we have to come down. We can slowly start drip feeding those in now, because just get you used to unracking a single, knocking it out, and getting it back in the rack. We still got a good few weeks to go. Okay, so on this set, just got to watch those heels the tiniest bit. If you get, there's a couple of arsehole judges that are kind of around that might, even just that tiny bit, might be like, oh, she can't start. But nothing major. Nothing major. You'll nail it on game day, because the bench will be totally different as well. Good, 45. Yeah. We're looking pretty smooth. Yeah, we've got to get some singles in there now. Just take you for a spin, see kind of what you've got at that higher end. Do we need to feel like we need to just get you exposed to that heavier weight every now and again? Because it's, as much as I want to kind of hammer the volume, we do need to get you exposed to it, get you used to grinding through some heavier stuff. Let's have a look. Deadlift's usually on lockdown. second rep much better. So just make sure you're ready to pull before you start putting the power on. Just on that first rep, your hips were still sort of like building, so you drop the hips down and your quads would still be building up that little bit of tension before you pulled. So it was just like kind of pulled the trigger a microsecond too early. Yeah, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. In general, I think you can still stay half a centimetre away from the bar. Just on the first and third rep on that one, you did just dink it away just a tiny bit. And it's just that little half centimetre when you're going for max effort is gonna, it's just multiplies how heavy the bar is by quite a lot. Good. Keep the shoulders down as well as back. So you're pinning them back from the start. So got to make sure they're super depressed because the shoulders are a little rounded on these. And again, at this kind of weight, you're just powering straight through it. It's just one of those that as it gets heavier and heavier, that force does multiply quite a lot. So it's just in that bottom position, down and back, just kind of like you do on the bench press. It's that exact same scenario. We want the shoulders sat back in the socket, lats engaged, doing some work. Just. Yeah, better on that one. Okay, so just getting a little tired on these, and you can see particularly on this last one there's quite a shunt. So as you go down, as you reach that bottom position of depth, there's quite like a shunt forward, like all the weight of the bar ends up like almost rocking you forward. So from here there's quite a shove, and then it's like shove and then bounce. Not. Let's have a look. Let's see if we got another one. Oh. Oh, okay. So this is the one where you chopped it. Yeah. Okay, right, a little high on the first one. Yeah. Fucking heck. Bloody WhatsApp. Fuck me, why does pause do that? Sorry, Melissa, this is such a pain in the ass sometimes. You misclick by what, 1 millimeter and it takes you straight off. Yeah, that first one high. Let's see if we can readjust. Okay, yep, better. Now, Melissa, have you narrowed your stance here a little bit? It's kind of hard to tell from this angle, but I'm wondering if you've narrowed your stance because of the hip and groin pain, because that's unusual for you to be cutting multiple reps just that little bit high. So we're in here, and I think that fourth one was the one that you nailed. Okay, right, so they're getting better. Okay. Yeah, so okay, so we can see the first one here quite a way up, and we've got to be able to nail that first one. Again, sort of with the hip pain and stuff like that, I don't know if it's just a case of at the moment just being a little apprehensive in that bottom position, because I know I am. Whenever my hip pain's been at its worst, it's that bottom position that you just don't want to get in, because you get that sudden sharp kind of shooting pain. Okay, right. Just, if you can this week, Melissa, can you try and get me a little bit of footage from the front, please? I just want to see sort of how your stance is set up. You carry on doing what you're doing. Just review footage after each set as you film it, review it, and then look at it before you send it over to me, just so you've got an idea of kind of what's coming. Let's have a look. So I planned a mini deload here for you. Give me a little bit of feedback in terms of how things are feeling with the hip, because I know you were saying the other day that it feels better with that shift of the bar position is feeling a bit more comfortable. Just give me a heads up, because if we're gonna do one, now is the time where we keep the intensity a little high, well, high as it is now, but we just reduce the volume. So what it would be is you'd be dropping from your 5s to your triples. We'd be looking to reduce the volume by about 25%. 25, maybe about 35% for you, actually. We don't need to drop it much more than that, but just alter the intensity a little bit to kind of compensate. So just give me a little bit into physically how you're feeling, how this week is in terms of schedule, things like that, building up to it. Also updated the coach's dashboard a little bit to make it a bit more pleasant for you. Okay, so if this is the kind of stuff you are interested in, okay, this is in your Dropbox folder that you can kind of have a moot chat that I'll be updating with more stuff kind of as we go. It just makes it a bit easier for you rather than me. I'll input the back end and you just get to see kind of an idea of what you're doing, so you can see. So like the you can see your average intensity, kind of what we've been doing over the weeks, your weekly tonnage. So at the moment the deadlift is kind of like ruling the way in terms of tonnage and stuff like that. It's just if you're interested in that kind of stuff, give me a heads up on terms of how physically you're feeling, Melissa, because then if we are going to have a little deload and just test out some heavier kind of work and see how it feels before the big push, really the big push up to competition time, and then we can have a better sort of like more accurate nail down of kind of what we're thinking in terms of openers and stuff like that, because I feel like at the moment the RPE8s, other than the deadlift, there's definitely more than what we've done. I just want to keep that volume as high as possible. Okay, so let me know how you're feeling, whether you physically feel like a deload is necessary. In terms of the numbers and stuff like that, I mean, they seem pretty consistent. And then we also need feedback on the hip to know whether to take the box squats out. So a little bit of feedback information gathering from you, Melissa, if you can let me know. And then if you want, we can have a phone call and talk over the next kind of couple of weeks if you need one. Okay, all the best.